Welcome to Castified. We're about to explore a new development that, well, it really stands to fundamentally reshape how we approach everyday tasks, both professionally and personally. Today, our deep dive is into the new ChatGPT agent from OpenAI, a powerful evolution that moves far beyond just answering questions.
That's right. Our mission today is to truly unpack what this unified AI agent is, how it intelligently brings together different capabilities, what remarkable things it can now do for you, and, well, what the implications are for how we work and live. This isn't merely a chatbot, it's more like having a virtual assistant capable of genuinely taking action on your behalf.
Okay, let's unpack what this actually is then. At its core, the ChatGPT agent is a culmination of previous OpenAI tools that many of you might recognize. Think of it as deep research, which was already incredibly adept at in-depth internet analysis, generating high-quality reports, digesting lengthy articles. Now merged seamlessly with Operator, which specialized in interacting directly with web pages, things like booking, sending emails, navigating forms. So these two powerful functionalities have now become one cohesive agent. Is that right?
Exactly. And what's particularly fascinating here is the symbiotic relationship between the underlying AI model and the tools it wields. As the tools themselves become more sophisticated, the agent learns to utilize them with greater precision. Conversely, as the agent's intelligence grows, it can then leverage even more advanced tools. It's really about training these models to take advantage of all of these things by giving the agent as much power as possible in its virtual environment.
And it does all of this from what OpenAI describes as its own computer, essentially a virtual machine. So to really grasp this power, we need to understand what this virtual agent actually has at its disposal. What's in its toolkit?
Well, it has quite an impressive array. There's a visual browser that functions much like the previous operator. It enables it to interact with web pages, directly clicking buttons, filling out forms, even dragging elements around. Then, crucially, there's a text browser, reminiscent of deep research, which is exceptionally efficient for rapidly reading and searching across numerous web pages. Ideal for research.
Okay, and it's not limited to just browsing, right? You mentioned it also has its own terminal. What does that open up for it?
Oh, the terminal is a game changer. Yeah, it allows the agent to run code, generate and analyze files like slide decks and spreadsheets, and even call APIs. These can be public APIs or private ones, connecting to services like Google Drive, Google Calendar, GitHub, or SharePoint, but only if you explicitly connect and grant it permission. That's key. And yeah, like you said, it even has an image gen API built in to create visuals on the fly.
That's an impressive set of tools, even image generation. But with all these options, I have to wonder, how does it intelligently decide which tool to grab for a specific task? It can't just be guessing, can it?
No, exactly. That's where a crucial aspect of its training comes in. The model is trained with reinforcement learning to learn when to use which tool for optimal efficiency. For instance, if you ask it to find a restaurant with specific requirements and make a reservation, it might initially use the text browser to quickly sift through many candidates, find the potentials. Then, for viewing photos of the ambiance, checking real-time availability, or completing the booking, it would seamlessly switch to the visual browser. It's a remarkably smart approach to tool selection. Really quite clever.
This is where it gets genuinely compelling, seeing what this agent can actually do for you in real-world scenarios.
Yeah.
Let's imagine this. You need to book an itinerary for a Palm Springs tennis tournament next year. You want all the detailed costs, activities laid out. The agent can access your Google Calendar, figure out suitable flight times around your existing meetings, say, knowing your meetings end at 4:30 p.m. and it takes an hour to get to SFO. It just intelligently adapts. Then, when it's all ready, it notifies you. That's the dream, right? Tell it what to do, and you can truly stay away for a bit.
Or consider the complexities of planning a wedding. That's a huge task. You could prompt it to find an outfit specifying a mid-luxury range and taking into account the venue, expected weather, along with researching hotels and a suitable gift. It'll use the text browser for weather, then switch to the visual browser to browse suits maybe, and it even self-corrects if its initial search isn't quite right, it adjusts. What these diverse personal use cases highlight is the agent's remarkable capacity to handle multifaceted real-world problems that weave through various aspects of your digital life, from your calendar to your shopping cart. It's not just automation, it's proactive, context-aware assistance.
Right. I mean, who among us hasn't spent countless hours just trying to coordinate one group dinner, let alone a 2-day company off-site for 11 people in Goa, complete with a budget and dietary restrictions like vegetarian and non-vegetarian options? The agent can provide detailed options for flights, trains, local transport, accommodation, dining activities. It then gives you a full cost summary per person, even including direct booking links.
Yeah.
That's a massive pain point solved.
Yeah, absolutely. And to show how nuanced its understanding of user preferences can be for something a bit more fun, it can design an optimal itinerary for visiting all 30 MLB stadiums, even prioritizing specific themed nights like Hello Kitty nights, which is kind of funny. Then present that detailed plan in a spreadsheet with a map. This entire multi-tool process can take around 25 minutes, maybe a bit longer depending on complexity, showcasing a blend of research, data organization, and, well, creative problem solving.
Okay, so it's great for personal stuff, but its capabilities extend powerfully into business and professional tasks as well. For example, it can discover and evaluate microcap stocks in India based on specific criteria you provide, like market cap, revenue, return on capital, PE ratio, industry, promoter shareholding, very specific stuff. The depth of analysis is remarkable. You can go through 136 sources in just 1 hour. Think about that. To produce a comprehensive report and a professional presentation with visuals highlighting both risks and benefits.
Or think about hiring. You can give it a job description for, say, a YouTube manager role, and ask it to go on LinkedIn, identify suitable candidates, and compile them into a spreadsheet with their profiles and portfolios. This isn't hypothetical. These are tasks it can perform right now. Its ability to analyze 3 competitors, their pricing, content marketing, product launches, and then create a polished professional slide deck for you demonstrates a significant leap in its business intelligence. It can even handle, get this, first to third year investment banking analyst tasks, like constructing a 3-statement financial model for a Fortune 500 company. This illustrates its capacity for deep, structured professional work. It's pretty serious.
Wow. And beyond these large projects, it streamlines daily management and shopping, too. Need 500 laptop stickers for your team mascot, Bunny Doodle? It uses image generation to create anime art and then adds the order to the cart on a site like Sticker Mule, just like that.
Yeah, or for personal shopping, finding Kurtasari sets on Meesho under 800 rupees, or men's dress shoes in a specific size 9.5. It effectively browses, filters, and interacts just like you would on a shopping site. And notably, if you connect your Gmail, it can even review and prioritize your inbox after a vacation, which for many of us is an absolute lifesaver when returning to work, tackling that backlog.
Definitely. Now, one of the most critical aspects here is the collaborative experience it offers. It's not just fire and forget. You can interrupt the agent with new requests or provide more guidance mid-task. For instance, if it's planning a wedding outfit, you can interject and ask it to find shoes simultaneously. It acknowledges the interruption and adapts its workflow. That's pretty neat.
It is, and it's also trained to ask clarifying questions and for confirmation, particularly before important steps, like sending an email, to prevent mistakes or, God forbid, embarrassing typos. We've all been there. And for sensitive information, you, the user, can take over the browser and directly input details like credit card numbers or correct something within the agent's environment. This makes it a truly secure and collaborative process. You also get full transparency. You can actually see a visualization of its computer screen and its chain of thought as it works through a task, so you know exactly what it's thinking and doing. No black box.
Okay, so how does all this translate into actual performance? The benchmarks sound, well, unprecedented. On Humanity's Last Exam, a really comprehensive test with expert-level questions across a vast array of subjects designed to push AI's limits. It scored an impressive 41.6%. That nearly doubles the previous best of around 20%. That's a huge leap in a very short time.
It really is. And on advanced mathematical reasoning, a particularly challenging benchmark known as Front TMS. This one tests an AI's ability to solve complex multi-step math problems that often stump traditional systems. It achieved a new state-of-the-art of 27.4%. That's over 4 times better than the previous 6.3%. This is genuinely groundbreaking for complex problem solving.
And for anyone who works with data, these numbers are significant. Its accuracy on spreadsheet tasks reached 45.5%, which is more than double Microsoft Copilot's 20%, especially when given raw Excel file access. Those numbers are staggering. What specifically do you think gives it such a significant edge over something like Copilot, particularly with raw Excel access?
Well, I think it's core design for direct, uninhibited interaction with files, and its deep understanding of structured data are key. It's built for that kind of interaction. It also significantly outperforms previous models on WebArena, a benchmark for real-world web tasks, and BrowseComp for searching and locating information, achieving a 69% pass rate on the latter, BrowseComp. Plus, its remarkable outperformance in an internal banking benchmark for those investment banking analyst tasks truly demonstrates its real-world application. This is undeniably one of the most powerful models OpenAI has trained, capable of reasoning, browsing, tackling real-world tasks at a level that was, frankly, unimaginable 3 months ago.
Incredible. So how do you get your hands on this? Who gets to use it? It's available to paid ChatGPT users, specifically Pro Plus and Team subscribers. Pro users get 400 queries a month, while Plus and Team users get 40 queries a month. The rollout is happening now, so keep an eye out if you're a subscriber.
Yeah, and it's important to acknowledge that it's not available everywhere yet, specifically in Europe or Switzerland at launch. But knowing OpenAI, that will likely change as they navigate regional regulations and infrastructure rollout. It usually does.
Okay, and crucially, it will ask for permission before doing anything important, like entering passwords or making purchases. This means you can't just set it and forget it completely, which is an essential security measure, really. It's designed to be a co-pilot, not an autonomous agent running wild.
Exactly. And we do need to talk about the risks. This new level of capability in AI does introduce a new set of attacks. We're talking about things like prompt injections, where a malicious website might attempt to trick the agent into revealing sensitive information, like credit card details. The internet can be a scary place, let's be honest. And an agent trained to be helpful could, in theory, be susceptible if not properly secured.
Right. But OpenAI is actively working on safeguards.
Yes, they are. Training the model to ignore suspicious instructions, employing layers of monitors, watching the agent's activity, with real-time updates for new attacks as they emerge. It's an ongoing process.
Okay, but the user still has a role to play in security.
Absolutely crucial. You, the user, play an active role. They strongly advise against sharing highly sensitive information directly with the agent. Don't just paste it in the chat. Instead, use features like that takeover mode to directly input sensitive data yourself. This is a new technology and a new risk surface requiring a thoughtful and cautious approach from all users. Be smart about it.
Okay, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. This has massive implications, especially for businesses. It dramatically reduces the cost of research and analysis tasks that previously took hours or even days down to mere minutes. That's huge. It also opens up new service opportunities for consultants or agencies to offer far more comprehensive analysis without a proportional increase in their operational costs.
Yeah, this truly levels the playing field, helping both small businesses and big corporations access deep research that previously required entire teams. The fundamental insight here, and it's one we've heard before, but it's really relevant now, is that AI is not going to replace all human workers, but workers who know how to use AI effectively are going to replace workers who don't, end quote. Just as spreadsheet software freed accountants from tedious manual calculations, AI agents handle the busy work like extensive research and data gathering, freeing you up to focus on strategy, creativity, and human connections. The stuff humans are best at. Businesses that embrace AI agents will simply outcompete those sticking to older methods. It seems inevitable.
So, practically speaking, how do you get the most out of it? What are the tips? First, be specific. Don't just say research competitors. Specify what to analyze and the desired output, like that professional slide deck. Second, for complex tasks, break them down into clear, manageable steps. Give it a clear roadmap. Don't just throw a massive problem at it all at once.
Exactly. Third, genuinely leverage multi-step workflows. This is where its power truly differentiates it from regular chatbots. Don't just ask one-off questions. Fourth, connect your existing apps like Google Drive and Gmail to allow it to leverage your existing data and context. That makes it much more personalized. And finally, utilize uploaded files that can seamlessly incorporate information from documents, spreadsheets, images you provide directly into its work. Feed it your own info.
This feels like, well, truly just the beginning. Expect rapid improvements, even more complex workflows, integration with a wider array of business tools. Other major AI companies are also racing to develop similar agents, making this a rapidly evolving landscape. This is still an early-stage opportunity. As is often the case, early adopters always win. Getting in now is probably smart.
Definitely. So yeah, we've taken a deep dive into the new ChatGPT agent, an AI that doesn't just talk, but effectively acts on your behalf, using its own virtual computer and a comprehensive suite of tools to tackle complex, multifaceted tasks. It's a big step.
It really is. So as you reflect on this, think about the most time-consuming, multi-step, research-heavy task on your to-do list right now. How can an AI agent like this free up your time, allowing you to focus on the higher value, more creative work that only you can do? What stands out to you about this incredible new capability and how it might reshape your own productivity? Something to think about.